Ever wondered how to make your own tahini at home? Well, you're in the right place. Tahini, for those who may not know, is a creamy, delicious sesame paste that's a staple in many Middle Eastern and Mediterranean cuisines. It's the secret ingredient that gives hummus its unique, nutty flavor and lends a creamy richness to salad dressings and sauces. But did you know that making tahini at home is not only possible, but also incredibly simple? It requires just a couple of ingredients and a bit of patience. Plus, making tahini at home allows you to control the quality of ingredients and adjust the flavor to your liking, which is always a win. The process is straightforward. Roast the sesame seeds to enhance their flavor, grind them into a smooth paste, and voila, you have your homemade tahini. So, are you ready to start the journey to homemade tahini? Let's dive right in. First things first, gather your ingredients and equipment. The simplicity of tahini is part of its charm. You'll need just 2 ingredients, hulled sesame seeds and a high-quality oil of your choice. The sesame seeds are the star of the show, providing that distinct, nutty flavor we all love. The oil, meanwhile, helps to create the smooth, creamy texture that makes tahini so versatile. As for equipment, you'll need an oven and a baking sheet for roasting the sesame seeds. This process helps to unlock the seeds' full flavor potential. A food processor will be your best friend when it's time to grind the seeds into a paste. It's crucial to choose one that's powerful enough to achieve the desired consistency. Lastly, you'll need a glass jar or an airtight container for storing your homemade tahini. This will help keep it fresh and flavorful for longer. Now that everything's ready, it's time to get cooking. The first step in making tahini is to roast the sesame seeds. This process is essential to unlock the rich, nutty flavor that makes tahini such a delightful addition to a variety of dishes. Start by preheating your oven. You're going to want to bring it up to a moderate heat, around 350 degrees Fahrenheit or about 175 degrees Celsius. While your oven is warming up, you can prepare the sesame seeds. It's important to spread them out evenly on a baking sheet. This will ensure that they all roast at the same pace and none are left undercooked or worse, burnt. Now, once your oven is up to temperature, it's time to introduce the sesame seeds. Slide your baking sheet into the oven and let the magic begin. The seeds will need about 10 to 15 minutes to reach their full potential. But don't wander too far away. You'll want to stay close by to give them a stir every now and then. This will help them roast evenly and prevent any from getting too toasty on one side. Now, here's the important bit. You must be careful not to over-roast your sesame seeds. They should reach a lovely golden brown color, but any darker than that, and you risk introducing a bitter flavor into your tahini. And we certainly don't want that. It's better to err on the side of caution and pull them out a bit early rather than leave them in too long. Once you've hit that sweet spot, remove your seeds from the oven and let them cool. You'll likely notice that they've become beautifully fragrant, an appetizing preview of the deliciousness to come. And there you have it. You've successfully navigated the first and arguably most crucial step in creating homemade tahini. You've roasted your sesame seeds, unlocking their robust flavor and setting the stage for the transformation that's about to take place. Once your sesame seeds are perfectly roasted, it's time to transform them into tahini. So let's move on to the next step, shall we? Next, grind the roasted sesame seeds. Now that your sesame seeds are perfectly roasted, it's time to transform these little gems into a creamy, smooth paste that's the heart and soul of tahini. Let's get grinding. First, transfer your roasted sesame seeds into your food processor. You might have a high-speed blender, a spice grinder, or a humble mortar and pestle. Any of these will do the job, but a food processor is your best bet for achieving that smooth, sesame, creamy consistency we're after. Now turn on your food processor and let it work its magic. At first, the sesame seeds will just bounce around, but don't worry. As they get pulverized, they'll start to stick together, forming a crumbly paste. This is a good sign. You're on the right track. This is where your patience comes into play. You see, making tahini isn't a race. It's a slow, meditative process. So let your food processor run and let the sesame seeds slowly release their oils. While your food processor is running, it's time to add some oil. Use a neutral oil, like grapeseed or canola, and add it gradually. Start with 2 tablespoons, let it blend, then add more if needed. The oil helps the sesame seeds break down further and creates a smoother, creamier tahini. Now, watch as your mixture transforms from a crumbly paste to a creamy, dreamy tahini. It can take up to 10 minutes, so don't rush it. Let your food processor do its thing, and before you know it, you'll have a silky smooth paste that's far better than anything you can buy at the store. Here's a little tip. If you find that your tahini is a bit too thick, feel free to add a bit more oil. Just remember, add it gradually. You want to give your tahini the chance to absorb the oil and become even creamier. Keep in mind, the key to a great tahini is patience and persistence. So don't be disheartened if it takes a bit of time. The result will be worth it, I promise. And voila, you've made your very own tahini at home. Now, let's talk about storing and using your homemade tahini. Once you've made this delightful paste, you'll want to keep it as fresh as possible. The best way to do this is to store it in an airtight container in the refrigerator. This will keep your tahini fresh, aromatic, and ready to use for up to a month. Now, onto the fun part, using your homemade tahini. This versatile paste forms the backbone of many delightful dishes. Think of creamy, rich hummus, where tahini provides a unique depth of flavor. Or consider a vibrant salad dressing, with tahini adding a smooth, nutty twist that will elevate your salad to new heights. And let's not forget about tahini-based sauces that can be drizzled over grilled vegetables or even mixed into your favorite pasta dishes for an unexpected flavor punch. With this homemade tahini, your dishes will have an authentic, fresh flavor that store-bought versions just can't match.